What if I told you there's an animal in the Bible that's described as foolish, neglectful, and basically a bad design? It's an animal that seems to make no sense. Well, it's in there. And it's one of the most misunderstood creatures on the planet, the ostrich, the foolish ostrich. Today we're diving into one of the most fascinating passages in the book of Job. God himself is describing this bird, and on the surface, it sounds like a divine roast session. But what if we've had it all wrong? What if the ostrich isn't a mistake but a masterpiece? To set the scene, the book of Job is about a man who loses everything and demands an answer from God. The wings of the ostrich flap joyfully, but they cannot compare with the pinions and feathers of the stork. She lays her eggs on the ground and lets them warm in the sand, unmindful that a foot may crush them, that some wild animal may trample them. She treats her young harshly as if they were not hers. She cares not that her labor was in vain. For God did not endow her with wisdom or give her a share of good sense. Yet when she spreads her feathers to run, she laughs at horse and rider. Seems foolish, right? On the surface, this sounds bad. Bad mom, useless wings. No wisdom, but let's put on our science glasses and look again. What looks like foolishness is actually incredible design. Foolishness or genius. First, the eggs left in the sand. That's not neglect, that's genius. The sand is a natural incubator, protecting them from the scorching sun and cold nights. Their speckled color is perfect camouflage. And the parent staying away actually prevents drawing predators to the nest. Second, the harsh treatment of young. Ostrich chicks are born ready to run. Within days, they can outrun most predators. That independence is a survival skill, not neglect. And often, it's the male ostrich who guards the chicks, a detail the ancient observer might have missed. And those useless wings. No, they aren't for flying, they're for something better. They're giant rudders for steering at 45 miles per hour. They're sunshades for chicks. They're part of spectacular mating dances. This isn't a failed bird. It's a perfectly designed runner. So why does God point Job to this seemingly ridiculous bird? God's wisdom is greater than our wisdom. God's message to Job is this. Job, you look at the ostrich and you see a foolish mistake. But you are wrong. You see its beginning, but I designed its end. You see its weakness, but I engineered its strength. If you can't understand the design of an ostrich, how can you possibly understand the design of your pain? The ostrich is a living metaphor. It represents things in our lives that seem pointless, chaotic, or foolish. A career that didn't pan out, a relationship that failed, a season of grief that feels wasted. But God says, what you call foolish, I call purposeful. What you call neglect, I call protection. What you call a useless wing, I call a tool for running. Trust my design, even when you don't understand it. So the next time you feel like an ostrich out of place, it's misunderstood, or poorly designed, to remember this chapter. Remember that the creator of the universe sees a purpose in you that you might not see in yourself. He doesn't make mistakes. You are not a mistake. You are designed. What in your life looks like a useless wing that God might actually be using to make you run? Thanks for watching. If this gave you a new perspective, hit that like button and subscribe for more videos that connect ancient wisdom with modern life. See you next time.